This is a video showing how to enter shots for and against for MadPuck. And if you only want to do shots and nothing else, this is what you would do. So we're going to go into the More tab, and we're going to go try scorekeeping at the bottom, and then enter game events using a sample game. This way we don't mess up our main team that we may have created for ourselves. And we're going to select time, shots for, and shots against. Now, we're not actually going to be tracking the time for the game, but we are going to want to change the periods so that the shots for and against are for the correct periods. So we're going to click save. And you'll notice at the bottom, we've got the time and the shots assigned to us. So we're going to go over to the shots tab. And the first thing that we're going to do is put our goalie in. So we're going to click on the shots against button. We're going to select the goalie, Sweeney. And then this is automatically set to the beginning of the first period based on the settings that we set for the game, and also the defaults for the team would have been automatically populated. And we're going to choose save. And if you scroll to the bottom there, you can see that the goalie was put in period 1, 10 minutes. Next, we're going to just click on the scoreboard directly. So right at the top left there, we're going to click on the period. And you can see it's highlighted in blue there. And we're going to enter period 1 and hit save. And then we're going to choose the side of the rink that we're defending relative to where we're sitting in the stand. So let's say we're sitting on the right-hand side. And so the shots against is on the right-hand side, shots for is on the left. And we'll start by doing a shot against. So we're going to click somewhere it's got the blue area in the rink highlighted. So we'll click on the blue area there, and it's going to bring up the shot details. From here, we can choose the type of shot being breakaway, penalty, rebound, wraparound, or Michigan, and more details: wrist shot, slap shot, snap, backhand, one-timer, and tip. So you can add those details in there. And then you're going to select the location that the goalie made the save, and you can choose an up or a down location. It's up to you if you want to add these things. You can choose left or right glove side. Now this will automatically be configured to, because it's a shot against, correspond to the goalie that you have in the roster. When you set that up, you can choose the left or right goalie, so you shouldn't have to change that for shots against. And then if you're standing behind the net, you can also choose the next button there to see the back view. But if you're standing on the side of the rink, it's easier to use this view. And then we're going to hit save with that location. And so if you scroll down here, team shots, you can see that there is one shot in the first period for the other team. Let's add a couple more shots. Let's do rebound, down, glove side, save. And there you can see that the second shot was registered there. Now we're going to switch over to shots for. Same sort of idea. Now the other side of the rink is highlighted. Choose the player, select the location. If you click the X, it's a missed shot. Hit the post, save, or hits the post. Let's hit the check mark now for a shot on net. And we'll say glove save, save. And so there's our shots. Well, one of them was a missed shot, and one was a shot on goal. Now let's switch over to period 2. So again, we're going to click on the period button at the top and just click period 2 and click save. Now it's asking us to switch ends. So you'll see that the shots against is on the left and shots for is on the right. And so let's put a couple shots against here. And then we can see that in period 2, there's 2 shots against. So notice that we are changing the periods, but we're not managing the time. And there's a couple other things I want to show you here. If we click on the little settings toggle at the top right of the screen there, we've got a few options here. We're going to turn on quick entry. So once you get familiar with things, if you turn on quick entry, instead of hitting the save location on the goalie and then hitting the save button, as soon as you hit the goalie location, it automatically saves it for you. So that way you can quickly speed up the entry once you get familiar with it. The other option that you have is, let's turn that off and turn on simple shot entry. This one, you're not specifying the location of the shot on the rink, you're just increasing the shot count. So we're at shots against, and we just click on the plus there. We can switch over and start clicking on the plus on the other side. So it's obviously not registering the player, and just that there is a shot. So that can that's an option if you want to if you don't need that level of detail. Now let's turn that back off again. And now we say we want to switch goalies part the way through the game. Now I only have one goalie assigned to this team, but if you wanted to switch the goalie, again, you just click on the goalie there, a different goalie, and then it would automatically have, you'd want to set the new time. So at the beginning, this is the beginning of period 2, but you can set that to whatever you want, 5:00, period 2, hit save, and there's the second goalie where the change happened. Now, it's important to set the right goalies because you want the shots against assigned to the right goalie, and also using the goals against average is part of the calculation is how long they were in net for. Next, I just want to take a quick look at some of the stats that are available for this team. So if we click at the menu at the top there, you can look at, if we click on stats, you get the full stats for the game. You've got the shots, the goals. We didn't enter any goals. The shots per player, the shots against, and so on and so forth. If we click on the menu again and we click on shots, we can now see the location of the shots for. So there were the saves in the up position and the down position, the shots against, the saves in the up and the down position. And again, we didn't enter any goals. Let's just enter one goal here. So we'll do shot against, and we'll now choose a goal, and we'll say 5-hole and save. And you can see there that the score was increased to 1 for the opposing team, and you can see that the score here is 1. If we want to add some details to the goal, we go click on the menu, and then we can choose edit goals, and you'll see there's the goal against. You can click on it and choose the players that were on the ice. And that is the stats for this game. Now let's take a quick look at some of the cumulative stats that are generated as a result of tracking game events. So let's go back out to one of my sample teams and go to the stats tab. So you'll notice there's 3 different stat tab at the top here. You've got player, coach, and team. So we'll start with team. This is the team overall stats. Everyone has access to these stats. You've got on the left-hand side all the different splits, so you can see things like season, home, away, wins, loss, ties. You got by month. You've got different opponents. You've got different segments, so you can break it down into by tournament, by playoffs, by regular season games, that kind of thing. The first chart shows the high-level stats like games played, wins, loss, ties, goals for, goals against. The second chart shows penalty minutes and face-offs, face-off percentages. And the third chart is the defensive stats, so hits, blocks, takeaways, giveaways, etc. The second chart, or the second tab, is the coach tab. This is only available to the coach and allows the coach to do comparisons between different players. Instead of the split being down the left-hand side, now the player's down the left-hand side, and the split is chosen at the top. So you choose the same set of splits. So let's choose like close games, and you can compare the different players based on that particular split. And the charts are very similar to the previous chart, but just comparing the players. So you've got, here's the shot percentage, face-off percentage, your defensive stats. And then lastly is the player tab. So at the top here, you see the player, the cumulative stats for the season for this player, followed by the cumulative stats for the high-level stats, goals, assists, points, plus minus, by all the different splits, and then shot percentage, face-off percentage, penalty minutes, and then defensive stats. So this is just a sample game, sample team that we don't track any of the stats for. And then at the bottom, you've got a game log. So that is the cumulative stats, and this video demonstrated how to enter game events if you're only interested in tracking shots, and how you'd switch between the different periods when entering the shots, and showed you the game stats as well as the cumulative stats for the season. So hope you're enjoying Mad Puck, and we'll see you at the rink.